Welcome in this episode on Indian classical music. In this episode, we are going to get information about Gharana. Gharana in Uttar Hindustani Shastriya Sangeet, especially with vocal music, khayal music. Often we hear this word Gharana, so we will get a historical background, what we know about the history of this particular word, from when did it come into existence, and the specialities of it. To tell us about all this, we have invited noted vocalist and musicologist Pandit Vikas Kashalkar ji. Namaskar Pandit ji.
Namaskar.
Also to accompany him on harmonium, we have invited Sri Praveen Kaslikar ji. Namaskar Praveen ji. And we have Sri Milind Pote ji on tabla to accompany him. Namaskar Pote ji. Kashalkar ji, often we hear this word Gharana, especially in Indian classical music, in North Indian classical music, that we can say. So first we would like to know what is the meaning of Gharana,
Yes.
and from when we can start this Gharana concept started in India,
Yes.
basically.
In a simple way, we can say that the word Gharana derived from the word Ghar. So, tradition of particular family, Ghar means family. Tradition of particular family which goes from ancestry to posterity is can be called as Gharana. This is a simple definition. We had so many families of the courts, different courts or kings. They have their own Gharana and their own way of behaving in the society, or there are certain rules of visiting the people or sitting with the people. That is what is formed in this concept, and that was called as Gharana. The same concept is taken from the families of musicians, and those were named after that as the Gharana. So this is a simple definition, but it has a historical background. When we go back to even to the Vedic period, when Vedic hymns were sung 2000 years before, we had a different tradition of chanting Vedas. And they were named after certain sages like Kaumuthiya Parampara or Bharadwaj Parampara. Like that, there were traditions. And those traditions were kept from generations to generations, and till today we can listen those particular Vedic hymns in that particular style. So Gharana is again called as style also. This is another one. We have, in the same way, the tradition or maintenance of tradition we can find in Dhrupad singing system. But that was named as Bani. Bani and Gharana are almost the same, except for the purpose of difference. We can find that in Gharanas there is a wide scope of elaboration and individuality, whereas in Bani strict rules were followed, and that system, when we come to know through the presentation, we call it as Bani, like Dagur Bani, Nauhar Bani, or Khandhar Bani. These are the Banis of Dhrupad. What happens in Dhrupad at that time when these Banis came into existence, say near about the existence of Akbar's regime. In Akbar's courts, we had so many different Dhrupad singers. they used to adopt their own system of presentation, and they belong to certain place, and those banis were named after those places. Like Kandahar is a place, it is said. But there is another view also, that Kandahar means block to block. Khanda means block. Block by block, if you go on doing the presentation of that Drupad, that is called as Kandahar. In Dagur Bani, it is slow swing is there. That's why it is called as Dagur Bani. Gobarhar means circular motion and then going ahead. This is what is generally told about the Banis of Drupad. These all Gharanas had the origin in those Banis. Many of the Gharanas stalwarts, they claim that we belong to, say, Gauhar Bani, Nauhar Bani, Kandahar Bani. It means tradition is there. So first thing about Gharana is the style, then it is a concept, and the third one is it has the tradition. These are the three things essential for Gharana.